Well, let's bring the Scotty back then.
It is not a Scottsdale. It is a Scottsdale. Scottsdale. Scottsdale, not the Scottsdale. So many flowers. So many flowers. Hey! Hey!
When Manna was little, she used to call flowers follows. You say yellow follow, blue follow, red follow.
Stop it! No, don't stop more. Papa, turn on more.
What?
More. No. Papa, more. Please.
More what, baby? Hotel. Hotel.
Since you got it called it Sky, so I'm gonna call it hotel. Hotel? Yeah, hotel. Hotel. Since you got Scotty still, I'll call it
Yeah.
hotel.
Yes. I'll drop you guys up front here and then I'll go in South Park. Yes. Wow, look at the car.
What car?
That is beautiful.
What car?
Okay.
What car? What car?
This is our room at the Phoenician. It's categorized as spacious bedroom, and the name is quite appropriate. There's a lot of space here. So there was a little bit of a gaffe in terms of the check-in process. We were supposed to have a 2 queen bed room, but instead they gave us 1 king bed. And they did make it right with some additional perks they included, but this rollaway bed is actually incredibly comfortable as well. The room is very large in terms of square footage. There's a television, which we haven't even turned on once because there's just so much to do in this hotel. And there's this really nice patio and sitting area, and when we order in-room dining we always eat out here. And granted, for large sections of the day when the sun is at its peak, you don't really get much use out of this. This whole area becomes extremely hot, but it is as long as you can find some shade, it's a really fantastic place to sit, enjoy a meal, and just unwind. You can see the mountains in the background. It is extremely scenic. The hotel grounds, as well as this area of Arizona as a whole. It's my first time here in Arizona, and I really enjoyed it. The nice thing about this furniture is that it is water resistant. So after you've had a day at the pool, it's a convenient place to come and lounge. You'll dry out a lot faster out here as well. This sofa is standard, from what I understand, in these king size bedrooms. And this does have a pull-out sofa bed as well, which is queen size. We did not use it. I'd be hard-pressed to imagine that it's more comfortable than this rollaway bed has been. Once again, a nice sitting area here as well. And this table that's kind of obscured here, it was placed in a fairly similar location to this rollaway bed, but obviously they did move it when we requested that. There's a lot of drawer space, these rooms, in these cabinets. If you're traveling with a family, it'll be much appreciated, I'm sure. The Keurig machine, and then that's our junk food that we brought along. I guess our biggest complaint in terms of amenities is the fact that, great, they provided a fridge, but this fridge is entirely filled with their stuff. There's which is obviously for charge, and that's a little frustrating, because if you get some food and you want to bring it to your hotel room, there's no they have no capability. You'll have no capabilities to hold that. Rooms do come with an in-room ironing board, plenty of hanging space, in-room safe. Kind of a similar layout to this other closet up here as well. But one feature that we really appreciated was the fact that although it is a one-bedroom unit, they did provide this vanity in the seating area here, which has a lot of utility if especially if you're traveling with kids and whatnot. One person can shower while the other person's getting ready. The room, this category of room, has a bathtub and a standalone shower. And actually, I don't know if that's standard with all of this class of room, but there's this LED lit mirror, and there's this, it's a single vanity, which is all right. The actual layout to the bathroom is pretty spacious and nice. Everything about this hotel room kind of screams Southwestern style decor. So this is the Phoenicians Athletic Club. It's one of the most expansive athletic clubs that I've seen at any of the hotels that I've stayed at. There's the entire second floor is dedicated to different exercise equipment. They have a lot of weights, a lot of cardio stuff, and kind of coinciding with that, there's a whole lot of people working out. So no matter how big or expansive the gym is, it feels like there's a lot of there's a lot going on there. And this I don't know if it's just the kind of clientele that is attracted to this hotel, but everybody seems like they're really kind of that they're exercise buffs. So I kind of stuck out like a sore thumb, but it's okay. I'll be your Charlie Chaplin to the Jason Bournes. So that building up ahead, I don't know if you can see it well, but the one with the bell tower at the top, that's what they call the old Phoenician Resort. I guess that's the original standing structure. They call it the Joe Cocky. That's not my attempt at a derogatory term. I think that's, unless I'm mispronouncing it, that's what it's actually called. And they used to host celebrities you know, and figures of stature there. Currently, it's only open to specific events. I understand that some of the structure is deemed unsafe, but it is pretty cool, and it's the first thing you see when you turn into the street that takes you into the Phoenician. So there's also these, you can't really see it over the shrubs, but there's these beautiful tennis courts. I understand there's a golf course as well, if that's what you're, if that's something that you'd like to fit into your itinerary. I feel the same way right about now. So I'm kind of trekking back to my hotel room from the athletic club, and to get to the rooms you enter through the main reception / lobby area. There's no other good way. You can't cut a shortcut through a side entrance to your room, but that's okay. These grounds are so lovely to this hotel that I never mind walking through it. That's the thing, I'm from the Midwest, so this kind of landscape is completely alien to me, and they do an excellent job maintaining this. The landscape and the hotel grounds, as well as the common areas in the hotel, the lobby, the restaurants, I think are the kind of the shining point of this hotel. The rooms are just mediocre. Now that said, I didn't stay in any of the Canyon suites, which I understand are much nicer. But and in this video I'm going to also show the hotel room. It's not particularly inspired. In fact, I would say that it probably needs a little bit of upkeep and maybe some renovations. But once again, being from the Midwest, you don't realize how quickly you sunburn here, even with sunblock on. We're all pretty sunburned at this point, so I would highly recommend bringing a sizable hat. Bring a sombrero. After all, it is the Southwest, but anticipate that the sun is extremely potent here. The UV rays are extremely potent here. Okay, now we're coming up to the main reception area here. Hey, we just got back from our stay at the Phoenician Hotel in Scottsdale, and I wanted to share some general overviews and insights into the hotel as well as an assessment on my end as well. So overall, the hotel is a positive experience. The hotel's lobby, the common areas, the pool, the athletic center, the Cactus Garden, they're all really beautiful and well kept. The restaurants in-house are also really good. Both Maori and Cotton and Jean Georges Steakhouse were fantastic. And, I feel most people that come to Scottsdale are aware that it has a really crazy, awesome food scene. But if you do end up taking a meal in the hotel for convenience sakes, you won't be lesser off for it. They are actually quite good. The location of the hotel by Old Town Scottsdale is also fantastic. Despite the location, I would recommend having a rental car because Scottsdale is this really kind of sprawling metropolis, and having a car will get you to see a little bit more, than if you were to confine yourself just to the locality of the hotel. Some of the negatives with this hotel: the rooms themselves could use some upkeep. It's there's evidence of wear all around, and some of the furniture, especially the patio furniture, is pretty heavily stained and damaged, and it's not quite the presentation I would expect them to consider acceptable. If you arrive early, I would not anticipate an early check-in. Although we'd requested it, we did not get checked in until we did not have a room available to us until around the 4 p.m. allotted time. So what I would say, and we saw this time and time again, it wasn't just us, but every day we'd see guests camping out in the lobby area, with their luggage stowed on carts waiting for a destination room. The hotel runs near full capacity, and it's in my experience, if you arrive earlier, I would rather recommend that you go to grab some lunch, maybe go to a grocery store, grab some provisions for your stay, or if you pack your gym clothes, swim trunks in or easily accessible part of your luggage, maybe just take those out and then change in the hotel's public facilities, so you can hit the gym or the swimming pools. Some of the other issues with the hotel that I'll comment on actually related to the pool again. The pools are beautiful, they're stunningly kept, and I feel that they lived up to the hype that I'd read about before staying at the Phoenician. The problem with the pools aren't the pools themselves, it's other patrons. People hoard pool chairs at this hotel, and it's almost impossible to find one. So it's not all speculative on my part. Anytime we're at the pool, almost every single pool chair is reserved with a towel, some kind of personal artifact, and it was very rare we'd actually see somebody come up to those pool chairs. So, and to confirm this, when we were in the hallway, one of the rooms that were adjacent to us, a couple were having a conversation just outside of that, deciding who was going to go reserve the pool chair in the morning. So some people may argue with me that finders keepers, but I'm not of that mind. My opinion is that I at any given point could have done the same thing. I get up around 5:30 or 6 to hit the gym in the morning. I could have stopped by on the way and dropped a towel at the most optimally positioned pool chair. But the reason I'm not going to do that is because me doing that, so I get 2 hours of a great pool chair. Great poolside chair is going to deprive families of that same chair for the other 10 hours out of salvageable daylight, and I'm not going to do that to somebody else. I think that we have a responsibility, not just to us and our families, but to one another. But this kind of post-pandemic hoarding mentality is unfortunately very disappointing, and it reflects in what happens with the pool chairs. One of the other primary complaints I had with the hotel was the fact that the internet was lousy. I can't say it's unreliable. The internet is the internet's incredibly reliable. It's reliably terrible. We were very rarely able to maintain a connection for any length of time. And it kind of blows my mind that I was just traveling to Pakistan, and sometimes we're in the outskirts. I'd never had difficulty maintaining an internet connection, but here in Scottsdale, Arizona, at a 4.5-star hotel, it's almost completely inaccessible. Those were the main complaints. Now, a couple of side points that aren't necessarily complaints. Although the hotel does offer a kids club, which is nice, they do all these cool arts and crafts. Just be aware that one parent has to be with the child at all times. That's not something that was an issue with us. Our kids, we'd never leave them alone, with strangers anyways. But just so you're aware, it's not like a Disney club or something like that. And, as I'd previously mentioned, I really do recommend renting a car, but I'll leave that up to your own personal preference. I like using public transport, and I usually don't rent a car when I travel somewhere, but in Scottsdale, a friend had advised me to rent a car, and I would make that same recommendation to you because I did find that we saw a lot more because we had the car. Overall, if I had to give this hotel a score, I would rank it at a 7 out of 10. So good hotel, some quirks, that could be worked on, but I would seriously consider it in future travels to Scottsdale. Any questions, feel free to message me. Thanks for watching.